Hmm. All right. How's everybody doing? How are you, Tim? How are you? Shael, how are you? Richard, Matrix. Hi, how are you, mate? I'm just looking at this US dollar, Canadian dollar, right? Shame, right? I mean, I really hope that some of you got triggered. I'm fine, thank you, mate. How are you? Big US session coming up. Yeah, I agree. Hi, Alberto, how are you? Good morning. You subscribed yesterday? Awesome. Welcome, ABOB. I really hope that some of you got triggered. Mm, long on the USD CAD. I didn't. Price missed my entry by zero point 0.3 pips. Yeah, that was a shame. But sometimes it happens. Buenos días, Nico. ¿Cómo estás? Good morning, Rami. My goal is to become profitable and be on the FX Summit 2024 in Dubai. Mate, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot. Yeah, just put your mind into it. Now, Orlando, should we secure the profit for those who got triggered? Okay, that's awesome. So if you got triggered, Jesus, if you got triggered right now, close 75% of your trade right here. You know what? I am going to send that update, to all the groups. 50-minute chart. Hmm. Yeah, that's an amazing trade. Amazing trade. Yeah, deleting my buy limits on the USD CAD right now. I didn't get triggered, sadly. But, it happens. So I'm waiting for this gold short. Let me just update, the VAPs. Um, should be running at what? Hmm. So 20 pips, and that was a 10 pips. Uh-huh. That's awesome. If you got triggered long USD CAD, close 75. Hold on, I'm just updating. 75% of your longs here for 1.5 R and move stops to break even. Good. Hold on, I'm gonna do the same for a Z3 group. So what's up, guys? What's up? Damn it, that was an amazing setup, man. Amazing, 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 amazing setup. Hold on, I'm just I need to update everybody. Hold on. Um, if you didn't get triggered, delete that order. If you didn't get triggered, delete those buy limits. All right. So congratulations to everybody that got triggered long USD CAD. Amazing trade. Oh man. And you know what? I was looking at price action around my entry, but you know what? I had my plan, right? I had my trading plan. I don't chase the market. So let's have a look at those questions and a quick look at the gold. ¿Se puede hablar en español también? Sí, 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 me puedes hacer preguntas en español y yo te contesto en español. Is there a chance to enter buy your GBP? I don't trade that. Miss USD CAD by less than a pip. Yeah, I mean I missed it by zero point 0.3 pips. Good morning, 1976. How come some got triggered? Is it to do with the spreads? Yeah, I mean it has to do with the spreads. Price difference from broker to broker, if it's an ECN or not, etc. Did you get triggered on the Nasdaq short? What Nasdaq short? I'm short on the GBP USD, but at the moment I'm totally down. You think the USD data will be good and reverse the GBP down afternoon? What do you think? Saints, that my friend, when you ask those kinds of questions, it means that you're not sure about your trade, right? And do not, I mean, what you're doing is wishful thinking, right? I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh or anything. I'm just, telling you what I think, right? I mean, I mean, that is wishful thinking, and never, never, never wait for the data expecting that it will have set effect on the market. Right. So, different brokers, exactly. Gold short. I'm right now in a buy position. Should I close now? I can't tell you what to do. Hello, doctor. Is US 100 trigger because not update on the VIP? What? What US 100? What Nasdaq? I don't have a Nasdaq on the VIP. All right, hold on. Let me see. Nasdaq. I hadn't. I. I mean. All right. US 100. Oh shit. I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to. Yeah, I forgot to. I deleted that pending order. I am really, really, really sorry. What was the entry? I am so sorry about that. I've been so busy that I thought that I did. 15021, 15021, and stop losses 15075, 15075. Well, you know what? Because I didn't update you guys, I am going to take that trade myself, right? Uh, Sorry about that. Thank you again for letting me know. Yeah, it got triggered. Now it's in profit, right? A little bit in profit. So close it, close it, close it at break even. Close that at break even. Yeah, I'm going to update on this. Close Nasdaq shorts here at break even. Sorry about that. Balbam, ¿no crees que es una buena venta en el oro entre 1906, 19, let's have a look, gold, 1906, no. Yo tengo una venta acá arriba, ¿sabes? Esta es mi posición, estoy esperando. Yo tengo una orden de venta aquí en 1908. Shall we close that in after in how much is all right. Didn't you trigger on the on gold? No. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Not updating. I did. I mean, the order got triggered, and right now it was in a little bit of profit. So I just sent the update to close it here at break even. Right. So that was it. Um, and so I have a great offer for you guys. Um, because it's the end of the day, end of the month. I do have a 40% discount for you, right? Yeah, I'm gonna share that code with you in a bit. Let's just go through the market to see what's going on. Um, when it comes to trading, I wanted to show you this. When it comes to trading, right, you have to, yeah, that's right, ABOB. So only pending orders and the pound yen and gold. So when it comes to trading, guys, you have to, you cannot trade every single setup that you see. You have to choose, right? And yeah, I saw this 6R on the FTSE, right? Again, amazing setup. But I already had three pending orders for the day, so I decided to scratch it. And some days are going to be like this, right? I didn't get triggered. I didn't get triggered on my USD Canadian dollar longs, which rocked, by the way. And I scratched a massive winning trade. Um, you know, and it happens. What can you do? So I'm waiting for this a little bit about 20 pips to get triggered. What do you, Orlando, what do you think about GBPN hitting its high since it last did a decade ago? Yeah, that's a good question. Why don't we have a look at that? So, I am, let's go to the 2 hour chart. No, actually, that's too much. 30-minute chart. Yeah, 30-minute chart. So, I have a pending order, a buy limit here, just below these lows, right? And um, I'm only risking 0.25% on this one. And the reason that I'm only risking 0.25, even though it's a swing trade, because targets are really high. Let me see where targets are on this one. 185, let's call it. So I am. I need to go to the weekly chart, maybe. Yeah, 184, 185. No, the weekly chart's too much. 3-day chart. That's fine. So I am targeting this. Hold on. Buy limit. It's. I made a boo boo again on the pound yen. Uh, hold on. I really suck when it comes to typos. I'm sorry about that. Stop loss is 180. Well, it doesn't matter. Um, hold on. All right, let's go back. My entry is at the 181, 182s, around the 182, right? My stop losses are below these lows, and I'm targeting the 185. So this highs, which means that it is a swing trade in the sense that um, the reason I'm going to show you the reason why I am looking for this trade is because, eventually, if I get triggered, and this is the thing, right? It's kind of an aggressive entry in the sense that it's an overextended bullish move, but the setup is there, right? This market is very bearish. Japanese yen is, I mean, super bullish. Japanese yen is super bearish, right? How far the Japanese yen can dip, I don't know. No one knows, right? But should I get triggered, right? I will be looking to hold on to this position at least to the 188, 189. And, talking about hitting the 251, I don't know. I mean, no one knows, right? So, let's have a, I mean, I'm really, really, really digging this setup in gold. hmm any trades on the S&P 500? No. But we are going to have a look, mate. Don't worry about that. hmm So, let's have a look at the S&P 500. I mean, during the London session, all U.S. equities rallied really, really hard. Now, I personally, I'm running a short on the Dow, right? I'm running a short on the Dow currently in a drawdown, right? But um, my entry, let me see. My entry was around these levels, right? My stop loss is about these highs, and I am targeting this low. So basically, the reason that I didn't send this as a signal is because that's super aggressive entry with a very, very wide stop loss, right? My first targets are all the way down here, right, and actually targeting the lows. So, and also because this is not an entry based on technical analysis or anything, or liquidity sweeps or what we normally or what I normally said. This is much, um, you know, based on um, historic historic data and uh, yeah, you know what? I'll show you the thought process on this on Monday on my show on Monday. I need to think about it if I want to show you or not. Will you trade the NFP? I don't trade non-farm payrolls, mate. Go ahead, la touche. Tu peux poser les questions en français si tu veux aussi. I don't trade NFPs. And the reason that I don't trade NFPs is because there's too much data coming out at the same time, right? So the only you know um, news release that I really trade is CPI. Why? Because during CPI, only inflation data comes out, so it's really hard to get mixed data, right? When it comes to NFPs, we get unemployment numbers, number of jobs added to the economy, average hourly earnings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, for example, let's say that NFPs, non-farm payrolls, beat expectations, meaning that the U.S. economy added more jobs than forecasted the past month, right? But we get a flat, or we get an increase on unemployment rate, and we get a decrease on average hourly earnings. That means that really doesn't matter if the U.S. added more jobs to the economy because the average hourly earnings are going down, and with inflation rising, it means that no matter what jobs are created, right, the wages are not enough to sustain, that person or that job. So we can't, so it's very choppy, right? And most of the times, it's going to be very, very choppy. And when it comes to CPIs, the movie is very, very clean. So I don't trade the news, and but when I do, it's only CPI numbers. Right. So if I don't get triggered short here, gold, I am going to be utterly disappointed. You see, that was a great, great, great take profit for those that got triggered long on the USD CAD. Damn it. I hate when I don't get triggered by less than a pip, but you know what? It happens. I also was looking at, I also was looking pound yen longs at this level right here at this imbalance. But I didn't place it because I have my swing trade below these lows. So we will see. It's been a while since I've traded the US dollar Japanese yen. I'm actually going to remove it from here because I don't trade it. And um, I was also looking for possible euro yen shorts, but because of how the Japanese yen is trading, and today it's kind of choppy, but we will see. This one was a great trade, and in hindsight, I should have scratched um, one of my US dollar because I have two US dollar pending orders and got into this footsie long. But you know what? Everybody is a fucking hindsight hero. So, someone asked me about the S&P 500. You know, what do you see here? Right, let me just delete all the drawings. Do you think gold will trigger? Because only a few hours remaining. I don't know. I don't know. No one knows. And also, recently, why has gold been so disappointing this week? What do you mean disappointing? I don't understand. So, here, um, on the S&P 500 side, I would really, really love to see a pullback towards this imbalance right here. So, if you notice, I just focus on, the current sessions, right? The Asian session, the London session, and what we're going to have, the New York session, right? So, this is very bullish to me, right? Price broke heavily, heavily, heavily with the Asian session highs. But because I don't chase price, I don't chase the market, right? I always wait for that deep pullback towards my level. Now, what I'm looking at here is this, guys. So, first of all, here is the previous broken highs. So, I we'll be looking for price to come towards this level, right? Create a low, and then a dead cat bounce, right? Those are the weak players in the market that I'm looking for them to get in and create this liquidity. We also have some here, right? This is going to be the magnet towards my entry, and then I might get long. And this setup could yield, in fact, to current daily highs, right? About a 3.5 R. But if we look at the 15-minute chart, actually, um, let's go to the hourly, so I don't have to. In fact, we could in fact go all the way towards this imbalance for a 5R. I don't know. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. But we need to wait for the U.S. Open. Piece of advice that I have for you guys: don't trade pre-market, right? Wait for the Open. Trading the pre-market is just not profitable. Yeah, Sledgehammer. It really does look good. So here's that 40% discount for you. The code is end of June, and you can um, you can go here to subscribe. 40% discount, only valid for a few hours today. Take advantage. You know. Yep. Up, 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 up. Hey, thank you for telling me about that Nasdaq, guys. I'm sorry again about that. I really am. So, hey Orlando, this month was good. Props to you. Yeah, I mean, not the best one, not the best one, but yeah, I ended up positive. Even though yesterday I had the first red day in a while. I mean, a while, in a couple of weeks, maybe. Which is fine, right? I mean, I lost two trades, 0.5%. A little more because I risked a little more on some of my trades, so I ended up losing about 0.68%, which is fine. So SPX 500 had a big push 27 June. Do you think it could come down to 4334 again? I mean I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, boom. On this push right here, you're looking at what? 4334. That would be optimal. I mean, here's the thing, guys, right? When it comes to the swing trading group and the VIP group, the entry model is basically the same. So if I'm looking for longs right here on the 3-minute chart, right today on the S&P 500, right on a pullback towards my zone, right? That doesn't mean that I wouldn't be looking for longs lower on the S&P 500. And what you are saying is quite good in the sense that just have a look at this. Just have a look at this, right? We have those weak players in the market right here, going long on the retest of the previous broken low highs. I'm sorry. I would love to see a pullback towards this zone. Of course, on the higher time frames, stop losses are wider. But yeah, I mean, this could in fact be a good setup too. Um, Remains to be seen, right? Like I told you, um, yeah, don't. I mean, just because I'm looking for longs here, it doesn't mean that I think price is going to just shoot up straight towards new all-time highs, right? This is just a day trade, it's just a fast trade. I mean, price could in fact come down towards my buy zone today, create a new high, trap, breakout traders, and then come back down here. So, yeah. Can I pass prop firm challenge with your signals? Listen, mate. I am never going to answer that question with a yes or no. Right? It depends. Are you going to only trade with me? Are you going to place trade by yourself? Are you going to follow my risk parameters? Are you going to use your own, etc.? So it all depends, mate. It all depends. But um, I have passed challenges in the past. Let's see if I can find it again, for fuck's sakes. Here it is, I think. So this is a 50K challenge that I passed in 3 weeks. This was an amazing, performance. Really trading in the zone. The reason that you don't see very big drawdowns is because one, I only risk top 0.25% per trade. Number two, I have strict rules when it comes to losing days, in the sense that, I mean, if I lose two trades in a row, I'm done for the day. If I lose one trade and then I win the second one, I'm done for the day. I always take partial profits, when I can, meaning that when my trade is running at 1.5 R, I take 1 R out, hold my stops to break even, right, and let the rest of it ride. I never let my trade, leave my trade alone running towards targets or stop losses. I just don't do that. Se va el oro sin nosotros. No, hombre, no te preocupes, papi. Yeah, I observed that it price makes a deep dive sometimes before making a huge up. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Mm, yeah. And it's much better, you know what? Yeah, it's not that it's riskier, right? To trade pullbacks, because it's not. But to the untrained trader, it can be a little bit, you know, um, discouraging or scary, because it goes against human nature, right? If you don't have the trader's mindset, right? Buying into a very weak move just doesn't make sense, and you just have to train yourself. Um, you know, you just have to forget about being human. Orlando, what about those who secured on SPX yesterday when it was halfway through? Well, awesome, mate. And you know what, Zappy, and that's the cool thing, right? Sometimes, VIP members are going to make more money than me, percentage-wise, right? On my own trades, because maybe they're going to hold for longer. Maybe they have different trade management rules, which is fine, right? The data shows me that the way that I'm most profitable and consistent is to trade the way that I do and manage my trades the way that I do. But you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with your own account, right? Sometimes my voice is down. All right, how about now? Hi Orlando, where can I get the risk calculator you have from? This is a cool thing. Go here, riskcalculator.app. It's $10 a month and it's awesome. Um, my volume is all the way up, mate. Let me have a look. No, just turn up the volume on your side. All right, go ahead. Ask me anything. Ask me some questions. Whatever you want to know. Let's have a look at this USD CAD again, just to you know, just so it hurts more. All right, so this is what we do on the VIP side, right? Sniper entries with an average of 3R on my trades, and yeah, again, this is again weak players in the market. And you know what? This is the thing, guys. This is the thing, right? I see weak players here, and I see weak players here, right? And yeah, my entry model dictates that I need these weak players to get liquidated, and I only enter at the inefficiency that was created by the rise in bearish pressure in this case. So, what I look for is simple. I look for that break of the Asian session lows in this case, right? Then I wait for these weak players to create those highs. Then again, we have weak players here, and I pinpoint, my entry, put them on my, sell limits in this case, and just wait. And sometimes price is going to just run down. This happens more often in gold than in any other markets. Um, when gold has a big break, this is not a big break, but let's have a look. When gold has a big break or a big move, which this is not, more often than not, my entry model is not going to get filled because price is just going to continue on on the downside. If it broke to the downside, or the upside if it broke to the upside. But today we're looking at a very narrow range, right, from the highs of the Asian session to the lows of the London session. We're just looking at 0.5% range, or a 94 pip range, right? So it's quite narrow. It's quite narrow. So um, I am waiting for those pre-market traders in New York to liquidate these weak players, to trigger me in, and yeah, make me some money. All right, questions. Thank you. When you talk about the volume being low, is because you have turned away from the microphone. It's nothing about the level. Yeah, perhaps. Two files with one hit. Their stop loss get triggered and probably enter a buying position thinking it's going up now. What? Two flies? What? Do you look through the charts in the weekends to review your previous trades? No. I do not look at my charts during the weekend. Fuck that. Stay away from your charts during the weekend. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the fucking thing. And I'm going to be honest with you and listen to me because this is very fucking important. Being a trader is not, is absolutely not what I'm doing right now. Right? What I'm doing right now, I'm doing it because I'm on a live show with you. We're just waiting to get triggered. We're looking at some charts, etc. But a real trader doesn't do this. This is a waste of time, right? Being a trader is not about buying, clicking the buy or clicking the sell button. In fact, that is what you are going to do the least, right? If you're sitting in front of your screens, right, you need to have discipline. You need to have a schedule. For example, I myself wake up at 1 a.m., right, 6 a.m. right now. I wake up at 1 a.m., sometimes at 1:30 if I pop the melatonin. Right, because of my schedule. But it doesn't matter. So I wake up at 1:15 a.m., right? I do my morning routine, whatever. Get a cup of coffee. I sit in front of my charts. The first thing that I do, I almost never have trades running because I'm a day trader, right? Most of the time, most of the days, I'm sitting with a clean slate, right? So what I do is I go on TradingView and I look at the Asian sessions on the market that I trade, and these are the only markets that I trade. And I look for setups. First of all, I look at the US dollar. Then I look at the Japanese yen basket. Those are the two currencies that I trade, and those are the only currencies that I trade. So I look at the US dollar, right? I'm looking for US dollar longs, but I'm not going to chase the market. I need for the US dollar to come back towards this level, right? So and then I go to the to the markets that I trade the US dollar on, and I look for the same setup, right? For example, here on the Euro USD, I could in fact be looking for. Oh boy, this actually looks very good, but it's very unlikely that we are going to get this triggered. But I am going to place it now, nonetheless. So I look for the setups. You know, I know I have a checklist, right, on the things that I look for on the setups, and then I just place my orders on the A plus setups, let's call it, right? Some days I'm not going to get A plus setups. Some days I'm going to get A minus or B plus setups, which I'm going to trade. But because I know the math behind those um, not as optimal setups, I'm going to manage my risk accordingly, right? And then once I place my orders, then the real work starts. I go and I mine my data. I look at my journal, right? I journal my trades. I mine the data. I start plugging leaks. For example, um, one of my biggest leaks is um, was not managing my losing trades, right? Now, most of the times now, when my trade goes against me, I close my position, half of my position at a small loss when I'm down a half an hour, right? And that has proved to be extremely profitable. So, well, yeah, I mean, I don't do that during the weekends. The weekends are for, to relax, because if you don't, you're going to get burnt out. Well, that work is done during the days of the week, while you're in front of your screens, because I mean, looking at your trade right here, I mean, waiting for this trade, spending hours just waiting for this trade, or you know what? Let's imagine that I'm already short here, just looking at this trade and looking tick by tick, on the 1 minute chart. That is a fucking waste of time, right? The plan is already made. For example, here, if I get triggered, good. Yeah, if I get triggered, I get an alert, right? And I am going to look at the trade for the first 10 minutes, right? Most of the times, right? Most of the times, let's go to gold again. Yeah, most of the times, when I get triggered and I get the alert, right, price is going to pop down, right, very quickly. So I can take my partials, I move my stops to break even, and then I continue with my daily trading activities, which is, what you're talking about. But spending hours in front of your chart just looking at a trade is just a waste of time. Right. Okay, so we have a couple of questions. I'm talking about the liquidity zones. Do you consider patterns like flags? No, I don't trade patterns. Those suck. Just look at the probabilities of success of patterns and make up your own mind. What's the most disappointing story in your forex journey, even if it's you who disappointed yourself, like mistakes since when you was a beginner? Well, I have a couple of stories made. I've blown. I blew my first three accounts. I thought that I wasn't good enough. Yeah, I was. I'm as stoic as I can be, right? But I used to be like that. So I was very attached to the value of money, which is something that you need to detach yourself from. So what I'm talking about is, looking at your open P&L, right? If you notice, I don't have my open P&L here. I never look at it, right? I already know in my mind or in my head the percentages that I'm risking and that I'm going to make, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I used to have my open P&L, and I used to consider myself a swing trader, right? Big ego, I know. And I wasn't bad, but psychology wise, I am not a swing trader because I cannot stand big swings on an open position, right? That fucks with my mentality and it turns me to make emotional decisions, which in the long term um, completely fuck with your long-term profitability, even make you unprofitable. Even if your trading system, right, is profitable based on backtested data, really doesn't matter if you're not, if you're not in control of yourself. So that happened to me a while ago. I remember that one time I lost my mind, right? I was trading crude oil. I don't trade crude oil anymore, but I was trading futures, not even CFDs. I was trading futures, and I lost three trades in a row for a big chunk of my account. Um, and then I just started to chase the market on the 1 minute chart. I remember that, I got long and got stopped out, so I got short and got stopped out, so I got long and got stopped out. Yeah, and I blew 50% of my account on that particular day, right? I was a young boy, but that's not an excuse. That is not an excuse, right? I mean, that's just the story, how it goes. So, it takes time to really understand who you are as a trader, how to, be on the zone with what you're doing. And for myself, it's just, taking profits every single day, every single time. Whenever I can, I take my 1 hour out, and then I take another hour out, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, because I mean, let's say that I was short from these highs, right? And my targets were these lows. I would have been here, at about what 2 hour, but then this pullback almost at my entry in my newbie mind was that I had lost all the money that I had made. So I didn't want, for the trade to turn into a losing trade. So I would move my stop losses to break even, which was a mistake, etc. So, and also I didn't have a real back tested entry model, right? Also, that was the other thing. How do you back test on TradingView? I do it manually, mate. I do it manually. Yeah. I resonate with you, man, because I just turned 16. Jesus, man. Congratulations to you. I remember what I was doing when I was 16. Shit. That was a long time ago, but I remember that in my mind was only, you know, keg parties, MTV, and trying to finger fuck people, But kudos that you are trying to make money. I wasn't at that. It wasn't my mindset at that time. There is a high event right now. You think US 30 is going down? Hold on. core PC, whatever. Nah, I mean, what is this? Hmm. Changing the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, including food and energy. Yeah, I really, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, mate. I do not know. What I do know is that we might get triggered short on gold. Mm. So I'm gonna show you also the trade that we are running on the Nikkei. I don't particularly trade the Nikkei a ton, but this setup was just amazing, right? We got short here on the Nikkei. And then I just moved my stop losses to break even, after the pullback and after the break of these highs. Now, the reason that I didn't take profits on this trade is because this was a swing trade. My stop losses were all the way up here, right? So, my trade was not at not even at 1 R, right? And taking profits um, too soon is just completely fucks with your overall profitability too. Hi Orlando, can you please have a look at your USD? Me personally would enter higher. I'm talking about gold. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Here, possibly, possibly. Um, but I am only risking 0.15% on this trade made. Only risking 0.15% on this trade. So if I get stopped out, I will most definitely consider entering higher, right? Yeah, I mean, the reason that I'm only risking 0. What? 190950? 190950. Oh, here. You trade order blocks. I don't trade order blocks. I trade inefficiencies in the market. Orlando, have you ever used indicators? Yeah. I use them all. I hate them. Having said that, I do use indicators for the F1 strategy. So this is a trade. I didn't take this trade. One of the F1 strategy traders took an amazing setup. So this oscillator, I'm not going to tell you which oscillator it is, and the specifications of this oscillator. But this is an amazing tool to pinpoint, momentum in the market. This is an amazing strategy. You can actually use that 40% discount for the F1 strategy too, if you want. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for this high impact news that core PCE price index month over month. Mhm. So it says that actual is greater than forecast. This is good for the clergy. Also, this is basically a little bit of inflation data. Hmm. Right, let's wait for this pop in gold, maybe. Pop, pop. Yeah, I'm gonna show you after um, what in a little bit. Sledgehammer. Yeah, I mean, if you purchase the F1 strategy, mate, you get everything that you see here. You get, the full strategy, how to trade it, and you get lifetime access to the F1 strategy chat. And this is a cool thing because it's an actual chat. where you can chat with me and other F1 strategy traders. There's 38 traders at the moment, and here we just, yeah, we just send our setups for the day, etc. It's very cool. All right, let's have a look at this. Bye. All right, hold on. You mentioned a discount for 50. Where can I get the discount code? It's uh, it's a 40% discount. It's a 40% discount, and you can use it for the F1 strategy and also for any monthly subscription on our site. I'm gonna share with you the F1 strategy page if you're interested in buying said strategy, which is awesome. All right, I'm about to get triggered gold short. RSI is the best indicator. No, it's not. It is not. I am going to be furious if I don't get triggered short here, gold. Yeah, about to get triggered. Let's put on the 1 minute chart. Just because we want to see. Look at this fucking thing. If I don't get triggered here, it's not. I'm not going to trade anymore because, yeah, it wasn't my day. But you know what? A flat day is as good as a winning day because you didn't lose any money. Well, fuck me to tears. I knew I had. I should have placed it here. I knew it. Well, guys, um, what can I tell you? You know, my sniper rifle. Someone fucked with my sniper rifle yesterday because I'm not hitting the targets. The engine. Exactly, a win is a win. Exactly. I don't care. And when I say I'm going to be pissed or furious if I don't get triggered, I'm just fucking with you. I really don't mind, right? I really don't mind. I understand now that because the way that I trade, sometimes I'm not going to get triggered, right? Because it's not a stop order. A stop order is very easy to get triggered on because price goes through it. Limit orders, it's harder because you have to be very exact on the level that you are going to trade a pullback on. And this is, yeah, what can I tell you guys? Wasn't my fucking day. But you know what? At least you saw, if you're not part of the VIP group, at least you saw what we do, right? Um, yeah, we snipe those entries every single fucking day. Hmm. Right? Yeah, but you know what? It's not that we're still good, but if gold breaks with these lows, I'm going to delete this pending order. Sorry. The reason that I will do that if gold breaks with these lows is because um, I'm going to go to TradingView to explain this because this is actually something very important, right? So if gold breaks with these lows right here, you know what? I'm going to use a straight line. Uh, it's not Pride Month anymore, so I'm going to use a straight line. I'm fucking with you guys. So if gold breaks with these lows right here, right, and price goes down, then a possible pullback. What the fuck? Oh, my desk is wet. So yeah, if gold breaks with these lows, a possible pullback will no longer be a pullback, but will be an actual move, right? So the probability of me getting triggered and stopped out is very high, right? So you have to look at the structure of the market when it comes to trading the way that I do, right? You always have to look at the structure of the market because if gold breaks, with the structure, then my idea is no longer valid. There you go. Let's have a look at this. Let's go back to the 1 minute chart just to look at this. There will be much more opportunities. Market is going nowhere. Yeah, I mean, like I told you, I really don't mind not getting triggered. In the past, when I was a newbie, it really fucked with my psychology not to get triggered because I wanted to make that money, and I needed to make that money, right? And that's why it took me longer, to achieve um, consistency. Oh, because one, when I first started, I started trading because I needed to make money, which is the worst fucking mindset that you can have when it comes to trading. And two, I just didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't have the mindset. I had to educate myself. And three, we're talking about a long time ago when uh, you know there were not funding firms. There were no real good education. There were not, everybody was just trying to scam me. I remember that, I don't know, this dude, from the UK scammed me. Um, I bought, he used to call it the holy grail of trading, right? His trading system for about 600 pounds or something. And when it got delivered to me, right, it was just a moving average crossover system, right? So yeah, I had to go through a lot, and then I just decided to teach myself how to trade. I just joined the VAP, but things look good. Awesome, mate. Welcome. Pip Lord, it might still trigger. Yeah. Goal making another push towards entry point. Exactly. Remember that we do have this high impact news in about 3 minutes. I don't know what's going to happen with this fucking market, to be completely honest with you. Um, but yeah. Well, welcome to the VAP group, Zappy Flathead. Yeah, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stick here. Don't forget it took Edison 1,000 times to create the light bulb. A failure just means you're still learning. You know what? That is a great analogy, mate. And without, failure is awesome. You know, it it uh, it makes you super strong, but you have to, you have to convince yourself that you are that strong person in the sense that, I went through a ton of failure, before, achieving consistency. I mean, there were times that I thought of myself being a fucking dark hole, buried because I couldn't see how this was done. But that didn't phase me, right? It actually pushed me uh, to figure it out. The news coming with PCE for USD. What do you think? I don't know. I didn't. You know what? You guys told me about this. I didn't even know. I did. I did, but let's just wait and see, right? Now that you know what, I'm going to stick with my entry. I'm fine with it. You are welcome, fundamental peep lord. Amazing, amazing, amazing name. All right. How? 10 seconds. You know what? I should have my squawk on. Oh wow! What an amazing reaction on the markets. Is it out? Oh shites. Well, got trigger short gold. Apparently, very possibly will get stopped out. Oh, the good thing is that I got slippage to the upside. I got trigger short gold. I got trigger short gold. So, wow, I got slippage to the upside. So my risk is 0.10% on this one. That's amazing. But yeah, let's have a look. Equities are rallying right now on this news. hmm Yeah, it got triggered for me too, as you can see here. Possibly we'll get stopped out on this trade. Ugh. But I got slippage to the upside, so my risk was and now is only $126. So hold on. Because of that, I might just move my stop losses higher. You know what? I might actually do that. No need. No, I'm not gonna do that. Of course not. Of course I'm not gonna do that. Of course not. Trading gold during news is not a good thing. You know what? I don't mind. I don't mind. This is the thing. This is the thing. If you are always trying to trade outside economic news, you are never going to trade. There's economic news every single fucking hour. There's economic news every single hour. So you're never going to trade if you are avoiding that. If you are avoiding economic news. And this what was it? I don't even remember. Um, what was it? Core PCE index. It's not going to have a big impact. It's just a reaction. My stop losses are a bit tight. That's a mistake, and yeah, very possibly will be stopped out. I could move my stop losses higher below these highs, right? But I am not going to do that, of course. What I'm going to do, if I get stopped out, it's only as 0.12% risk, which is fine. Um, And you know, if I get stopped out, I'm done for the day. Actually, that's it. Yeah, I got stopped out, done for the day. Um, would in fact, in hindsight, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Um, in hindsight, I would have moved my stop losses higher if I were trading by myself, right? I didn't do that because I'm with you guys. But, you know, well, because my risk was only 0.12% on this trade and 0.135 with slippage, right? I would have moved my stop losses higher. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. You know, I got stopped out for a small loss, which is fine, right? I don't think I'm going to keep trading today, guys. I don't think I am. Um, I'm done for the week. You know, I didn't get triggered on the USD. Let's have a look at the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Um, didn't we have Canadian GDP? Wow. So yeah, this is going to. But because the US dollar is crashing and the US dollar and just have a look at this. Because the US dollar is crashing and the Canadian dollar is crashing, the USD CAD is just chopping around. So two bearish pressures here on this currency pair. Yeah, because of the bad GDP data out of the Canadian dollar, right? So that makes for a bearish pressure on the Canadian dollar, which is bullish for the USD CAD. But because also we have that news on the US dollar making it bearish, we have two bearish pressures on the USD CAD. This is why there is absolutely no momentum to either side on those markets. Uh-huh. Orlando, thank you for being so transparent in how you look at everything. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why I shouldn't be. Everybody, everybody hurts. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why I shouldn't be. It is what it is. And I really do not think I'm going to be trading anymore today. There's absolutely no reason why. Um, you know, with this move on equities, that pullback that I was waiting or that I was looking at for on the S&P 500 is really, really going to be very hard. And I'm not going to sit here just waiting for that. So absolutely not. Um, yeah, let's look at gold. You know, again, 50-minute chart. Yeah, I was going to move my stop losses here, right, to make my full risk 0.25%. Um, but that's something that you don't show to. I know all right. The reason that I didn't do it is because I'm on a live show with you guys, right? But there's reasons why I only reach 0.15% sometimes and 0.25% sometimes and even 0.10% sometimes, right? There's reasons, and the reasons are because sometimes I'm going to have to manage that trade, make my stop loss wider, right? Now, I know that the first things that you are taught when it comes to trading is that, making your stop losses wider is a bad thing, and it is, right? And it is if you are using your full risk, right? If you risk 1% per trade, right, and you see gold going into your stop losses, and you decide to move your stop losses to above these highs, that would mean that you would make your risk 2% or more, right? That's bad. But because I anticipate this, I only risked 0.15%. And because I got slippage to the upside, my risk was even less. So I could have moved my stop losses higher. But you know what? I'm fine with a small loss. I decided just to um, not do it. Yeah, I'm done for the week. guys. Thank you for joining me. And, you know, welcome to everybody that bought into the VIP group on today's promo code. And yeah, this is the way the cookie crumbles. You have to be okay with losses, right? Not being results oriented is one of the first things that you need to change. And I know that it sounds counterintuitive, but when I say being results oriented, is focusing on the outcome of your past trade, of your past three trades, right? That's not good, right? It really doesn't matter if your trade hits stop losses or it hits profits. It really doesn't fucking matter. What matters is the profitability of that trade and the math behind what you or the setup that you are trading. And on this particular gold short, right, this setup was, let's call it a minus setup, right? There was one thing that I didn't entirely liked about it. That's why I only reached 0.15%. But I would take this same trade over and over and over on a vacuum because I know that in the long term it prints money, and that's how you need to look at things. You know what? I mean, I got stopped out. Fine. I made money. Fine. It really doesn't fucking matter. What matters is your decision making process, and if you're making the optimal decision every time you enter the market. Focus on your decision making process. Focus on the math behind your trading system, right? Always work on plugging your leaks and you'll be fine. If you could beat the market every trade, we wouldn't be seeing you. You would be working at the Pentagon. Shit. Yeah, if I could beat the market every single fucking trade, I wouldn't even be trading anymore. Yeah, it's a marathon, yeah, and I'm okay with it. Um, for example, on this account, this is the 100K challenge, right? I've been trading it for 2 weeks now, and I'm up just 1.5%, right? I'm up only 1.5%. Sometimes it's going to take. And this is the other thing. I don't look at, I don't schedule what I need to make, right, in order to finish this in a month, for example, because that would be pushing myself without even me noticing to overtrade or to over risk, right? So I really don't care, right? I see the opportunities in the market and I take them. Yeah, you are going to have losing streaks. There's absolutely no way to run from them. You absolutely going to have losing streaks, right? Now, if you have a losing streak of about 7 trades, then you're fucking up. What you're doing is not good, right? But you know what? And a losing streak, it's not only a series of losing trades. A losing streak or a bad streak, is also not getting fucking triggered on your winners and your losers hitting stop loss, right? That's the worst kind, which is what I'm going through, as you notice, right? And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, right? It really doesn't phase me, and that's why I see some traders out there that risk is 3, 5% per trade. I could never do that. Just imagine, having three losing trades in a row, risking 5%. I mean, you're blowing what, more than 17% of your account. Um, with and Not getting triggered on your winning trades, that would completely fuck me up, right? So for me, I don't. And this is the thing, right? I was telling you, right? Do not trade because you need to make money, because you're never going to be able to do it, right? Um, Money comes. Money comes when you perfect your decision-making process, and you will see it in the long run, right? So yeah, right now I'm down 1% yesterday and today, and I'm okay, right? Normally, I don't even look at that, right? Normally, I don't even look at that. I go through my trades once a week, through my journal. I do have, some alerts, but because of my rules, I know exactly how much I'm up and down, right? Um, but yeah, don't trade because you need to make money. You're never going to do it. If you purchase a funding challenge, don't try to pass the challenge in three trades because you're going to burn that fucking money, right? Yeah, don't rush into things. If you do not, I mean, don't don't quit your job to go full-time trading if you don't have at least, a year saved up for your expenses. Because if you don't, then you are going to start trading because you need to pay your fucking bills and you're going to burn all your money and you're going to be out on the streets. So this is a very, it's an amazing job, right? But you need to be very calm about it. You need to be very secure everywhere else because um, yeah, mentally speaking, psychologically wise, it's very, very, very intense, right? And if you have everything set up, right, and you are trading to grow your money and not to make money, then you have hit the golden nugget, my friends. Yeah, I'm okay too, paddle pack. Here when we lost, we came back and recover fast because we lost small here. Yeah, we lost super small here. It doesn't really fucking matter. I tried many VIP channels and still test. Ah, amazing. I'm going to screenshot this. Thank you for the kind words. The secret of trading is analyzing, placing, and don't watching the trade anymore. I got out and then let the market decide if it hits stop loss or break even. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't fucking do that. I don't do that. I have my decision making process set, right? I have my decision making process set, and what I do, for example, here in this gold trade, right? Let's imagine that, yeah, that it didn't get stopped out, right? So I got triggered here, boom, and price never hit my stop losses, and it started to come down. I will watch my trade for the first 10 to 15 minutes. I will watch it because I always take partial profits when my trade is running at 1.5, 1.75 R to take 1 to 1.25 R out. I move my stop losses to break even. Once price or the market has broken with the structure, I never do that before because it's fucking insane, right? It's a dumb thing to move your stop losses to break even when price is still trading within the range and on which you don't see an actual or the actual direction in the market, right? But in this case, let's imagine that I got triggered here, right, and never get stopped out. And then gold just broke with these lows. Here's where I'm going to take 75 of my fucking trade off. I'm going to bank my risk and more, right? And I'm going to move my stop losses to break even. Why? Because price already made a lower high and it broke with the structure, meaning that, if price comes back and breaks with these highs, then my short idea is no longer valid and I'm okay with getting stopped out in the sense that I'm okay with leaving this little bit of money on the table should this happen. But what I'm not okay with is price coming down here, getting to 2R, and then getting stopped out at a loss. I am not okay with that. Fuck that. So that's just me. I just hate that. I hate just leaving your trade to either hit TP or stop loss. But if that is what what you do and what makes you profitable, more power to you, mate. To each his own, right? I mean, no trader is alike. No trader is alike, Sledgehammer, right? So if this works for you, amen, brother. But it really doesn't work for me. I just can't handle it. So again, thank you for joining me, and um, what? Have a great weekend, guys. Um, I'll try to do an Instagram live to chat with you during the weekend. Maybe, maybe not. I'll see. And yeah, just right, keep working on your skills because this is a fucking skill. No one is born a trader. No one is born a trader, right? This is not a talent. Absolutely not a fucking talent. This is a skill that anybody can learn to perfect and to optimize. You just have to put on the work. But it's just a fucking skill, like riding a bike. All right, cheers, guys. Bye.